In this video, I will show you one of the rare superpowers, and this is one of BART. And this is one of the advantages it has over all of the other AI models, including ChatGPT, because Google has its own infrastructure. It's got a lot of other products, and it can integrate with them the way that the other ones cannot. So the first one is the superpower of being able to export what you create here into Google Sheets. And so we are going to make a table. I'm going to say, make a table of top 10 freelancing gigs on Fiverr that we can create using BART chatbot. And it's going to generate a table. We're going to adjust the table a little bit, and then we will export. Okay, so we have content writer, copywriter. Yeah, so these are great ideas on what you can do with BART on Fiverr. So you can become a freelancer, and we actually will have a whole project on opening a gig and doing it that way. You can become a chat developer. I don't know about that. I think that's becoming a developer is a bit more complicated task that I don't think BART can handle right now. But a lot of the other ones, proofreader, editor, all of that could be done using BART. And so the superpower here is, if you notice, bottom right is export to sheets. I'm going to go ahead and click that button, and it is creating our spreadsheet, and the new spreadsheet has been created. I can click on open the sheets. And so it opens Google Sheets, and it's already automatically logged in with my account that I've been using. And as you can see, it exported what we did into Google Sheets. This is a real superpower because the other products will not, the competitors of BART will not be able to do this. And as you can see, it even put the title, which is the title. It kind of made a summary of what I ask. And it's not a summary, it's actually the full title that I wrote. See, I wish it would have created a summary instead of just copy pasting my prompt. That would have been a better hack, but nevertheless, you can see how powerful this is. You can export what you create, and we could adapt the table here. So I could ask it, price, now sort them by competition levels, easiest or least competition on top. I don't know how he's going to judge competition exactly and if he can figure it out, but let's see what it does with this kind of a task. All right, so it has competition, low, medium, and high levels. Again, I don't know how accurate this is. I don't know how I got the information. I think there's a lot of researchers and proofreaders on Fiverr, and not as many chatbot developers, in my opinion, just personally, but we're not going to verify this information right now. But I'm to show you that you can adapt the table, and it doesn't adapt in real time over here. So if you want to export, you have to export to sheets, and it's creating a new sheet. So it's not updating. I'm going to click on open a sheet, and as you can see, it created a whole new sheet for us. What I would wish is if you had an option to either update the table, but of course, if you wanted to update it, you do it in here, or you could create several tabs, but it just creates a new table. And this sheet is saved in my Google Drive after this. And so you have it there for any future usage. So this is one of the superpowers of BART, is integrating with Google Sheets. We'll show you another superpower where BART has the ability to export whatever you create into Docs and Gmail, which is obviously very useful. I'm going to go ahead and say, write a sales email, a cold email that goes out to a potential consulting client. We offer, so we at BART Consulting offer social media services for small and medium-sized companies using the power of BART. And so we're going to ask you to generate an email on our behalf, and then we're going to export it. And as you can see, you get and it knows it's a cold email, so it's a cold outreach, it's a sales email. So grow your social media presence with power of Bart. And it goes, hi, my name, blah, blah, blah. So pretty good cold email. And then it gives me actually some suggestions on how to write the cold email. So personalized, keeping. I love this is nice, but this is the actual content that we ask for. And on the bottom over here, you can Google it, but it says export response, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and click at export, and now you can do export to docs or Gmail. I'll export to docs. So this is a document you're working on, maybe you're writing an ebook, for example, and then you can export what you have. And here is the prompt as a title. Again, as I mentioned, I wish they would summarize the prompt and just write a title for me instead of this. And then it exports the entire thing. And so you could, if it's an ebook, for example, you could continue working on it like this. This is actually very, very convenient instead of having to copy paste everything. And then this is obviously saved in your Google Drive. I'm going to export response and draft in Gmail. Draft a new email created. I will open this in Gmail. It's opening my Gmail account. And here you go. The same thing. It created, the subject line is actually the entire prompt, which is not great. See, this is not very clever because it knows what the subject line should be, but instead it put the subject line as my prompt, which is silly. And I'm sure this will be fixed over time. It's just that's how it works right now. This is kind of sample stuff. Also, I would really like it when it's exporting to not include all this other additional information and tips. You'll have to delete that. And then also all of this is not necessary, and we already have the subject line. So I wish it would export it in a more clever way, that it would just look like this, but you have to do a bit of editing on yourself. And of course you should read everything that comes out and edit it and make sure that it works for you, not just copy paste what Bard gives you. But this is the idea of the superpower. With Bard, you can export to your Google Sheets, you can export to documents, you can export to Gmail, and none of the other AI tools will have this kind of ability, probably, because I assume Google will be keeping it for themselves. I hope you enjoyed this video of superpowers, and let's dive deeper into crafting better and more clever and more powerful prompts.